If you see it says record top left,
Yeah.
obviously recording, press the pause, so in the centre there. So
Yeah,
that's
now
recording. Right, so this is the hitch you're going to obviously attach. Have you towed anything before? Or you said you had...
I've had 2 hours tuition locally.
Yeah, okay. So this obviously this is what you can, this is where it connects to your car.
Yeah.
That is the lever that locks it on.
Yeah.
Okay, so in that position, before you put it on, obviously we'll do that once we connect to the car.
Yeah.
But before you put it onto the car, you can lift that lever and it clicks up.
Yeah.
And when you put it on the car, you lower it down, it'll click in. But I'll show
Yeah.
you that.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. This here is your stabiliser.
Right.
Okay, what that does is uses friction on the toe ball.
Yeah.
So that's, I was talking about your, if it was new, it would have paint on it.
Yeah.
Which would have to be removed. Because it would contaminate the pads inside.
Yeah.
And it obviously wouldn't do the job it's supposed to do. So
Right.
it's friction
Yes.
on the toe ball itself. So what that's doing is just slowing down the movement of
Yes.
pitching and yawing.
Yeah.
It won't stop everything if you loaded it badly.
Yeah.
If you're aware of
Yeah, I'm aware of
anti-loading.
the loading. Yeah.
Read-
Yeah.
read a
Yeah.
bit
Yeah.
about
I've read up about that.
Yeah, so if you loaded, say you loaded a lot of stuff to the back,
Yes,
the
yes.
back end will possibly still do that even though you have the
Yeah.
ATC on there as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll show you obviously how to put that on when we get there, but
Okay.
all it is a matter of just pushing that down to put it on.
Yeah.
Obviously with a bit more force than that when you've obviously got the
Right.
toe ball in there.
Yeah.
Okay, handbrake,
Okay.
obviously that stops it rolling away
Yeah.
when you're on site. Obviously make sure it's down before you start travelling.
Yeah.
Jockey wheel clamp.
Yeah.
Obviously, when you take it off the back of the car, obviously you use the jockey wheel to lift it up, off. And then
Yeah.
normally you'll wind it back down again to level it up.
Right.
So you can level it up and down using that.
Yeah.
Make sure that that clamp is tight. When
Right.
you take it off. We've had some customers that haven't made sure it's tight and it's slid down. Now you imagine the wheel there, look.
Yeah. Yeah.
Guess
Yeah.
what that is? It's smashed the A-frame. So
Yeah,
make
yeah.
sure that
Yeah.
is tight, or
Yeah.
make sure the legs are down before you jump in.
With you.
Okay. Electrics, 13-pin electrics.
Yeah.
I'll show you that when we connect up.
Right.
I don't know if you've connected a 13-pin electrics
No.
before. The thing with this is the centre ring there
Yeah.
turns. So when you plug it into the receiver on the car,
Yeah.
and turn it, that centre one will turn with it.
With you. Yeah.
If you don't fully turn it out, or
Yeah.
as you bring it off, fully turn it left,
Yeah.
then pull it. Don't try and get halfway in.
Yeah, I'm with
If
it.
you pull it
Yeah.
too soon, that will misalign that,
Yes.
and the likelihood of getting it back in again
Yes.
is nearly impossible, but there is
Yeah.
a tool for doing that. Okay, ATC, I think you had that fitted.
Fitted. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, that is trailer control
Yeah.
system. All it does is apply the brakes.
Yeah.
It's a really simple system. It will do a self-test, so it powers off your car.
Yeah.
So the electric's through your cable.
Yeah.
When you plug it in, you will hear it self-test. You'll hear it manually self-testing.
Right.
You'll get an indicator like there.
Yeah.
Green. If it goes to green, that means okay.
Yeah.
It's done its full test. Flashing green. It's partly done its test. Normally, by travelling from here to the gate, it will complete the test and go
Yeah.
solid.
Yeah.
Red light, obviously, problem.
Yeah.
You can try and reset by unplugging the electrics from your car, plug
Yeah.
it back in again.
Yeah.
It may reset. If not,
Yeah.
well, the best thing to do, if you still need to travel, just see if it will move. If it won't move, the brakes have been applied.
Right.
So you're going to need someone to reset it.
Yeah.
If it's flashing red, again, the same obviously problems. Likelihood it probably has set the brakes on it.
Right.
Okay, you can
Okay.
try and reset it using the cable. But
Yeah.
if not, then you're going to need someone to
Right.
troubleshoot it for you.
Okay.
So
Yep.
that's the front end pointy in. Okay, your gas. Obviously, you would have gas on your
Yeah.
on your barge. On this one, you've got an onboard regulator. I'm not sure if you had an onboard regulator or regulator connected to your
Yeah. We had a
cylinder last time.
regulator. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, you would have had a regulator, but this one is actually attached to the caravan.
I'm with
Okay.
you. No. Yes. Ours was like floating in midair. Sort of.
Yeah,
thing.
it might have been attached to the.
Yeah. That's
cylinder
right. Yeah. Yeah.
itself,
Yeah.
But this one, obviously, it's there. You can use butane off that same regulator if
No.
you really wanted to, but
No.
you've got propane, so you
No. Yeah.
shouldn't need to.
Yeah.
But
That's right.
If you did decide to do that, you're going to need a different pigtail with a different fitting to fit
Yes.
that type of gas.
Yeah.
With this one, it is hand tightened.
Right.
Okay? So it is reverse fed as well, obviously, if you
Yeah.
operate
Yes.
gas.
Yeah.
Just make sure before you start, you just make sure that is tight, because obviously with travelling it may loosen it a
Yeah,
little
yeah.
because it is only hand tight.
Right.
Okay.
Yep.
You have also got obviously the on-off on top of your cylinder, which is your main one for switching on and off.
Yep.
Especially for travelling, make sure you switch it off. There is a little switch on-off switch there. That's mainly to do with the service guys when they're pressure
Yeah.
testing it. You
Yeah, I
can
see.
switch that off. It's not a proper switch on-off
No,
switch. Make sure you
I'm
switch
with-
off of the cylinder.
Yeah, yeah.
If you're swapping from that to that one,
Yep.
what I tend to do is switch that off, so it keeps pressure in the system.
Yep.
You don't lose the pressure. Then obviously open it back up again once
Yep.
you've connected it. Okay,
Yep.
happy with that bit?
Yes, I am. Yeah.
Good. into your van. You can see that a lot of people will store it like that in the sink. Okay,
Right.
if you can see what that will possibly do in the Akerol, you connect it up, it's going to be just sucking air out the top of the Akerol.
Yeah.
So make sure you straighten it out, you put it in the water.
Yeah.
Connect it, just clicks in.
Right.
Take it out, you just pull on that trigger, that pulls it out.
Right.
Okay?
Yep.
The pump that pumps the water is actually on board.
Right.
Okay? So that's just a pipe and it obviously draws water in.
Okay.
Okay, this here is the vent.
For the gas.
For the boiler, yeah. So
Boiler,
obviously if you are going to caravan in inclement weather like snow, obviously make sure that is kept clear.
Yeah.
Because you don't want that blocked.
No.
Obviously it will shut it off if it
Yeah.
does.
Yeah.
So you need to keep it clear.
Yeah.
Okay, battery, obviously we fitted that. So
Yeah.
there's all the systems that in there will run off a 12-volt system somewhere along the line.
Okay.
240 connection.
Yeah.
Obviously make sure that you connect to your van first.
Yeah.
Then unravel the cable fully, then connect to the bollard.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
If you do it the other way around, you'll have
Yeah.
a live cable you're possibly walking across.
Yes.
And if it's got a cut or whatever, over wet grass, it's obviously not going to be
Yeah.
not going to be clever. Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Also, that is your key point for your motor mover. Okay, which I'll show you that after as well. We've done everything inside.
All right.
And you've also got an external aerial point as well. You can connect an aerial into the system.
Yeah.
Okay. Happy
Yeah.
with that bit?
Yes, I am. Yeah.
Okay. Wastewater. So from your sinks and your shower, will all collect and come out there.
Yeah.
Because that grey pipe, the twin pipe, goes into there and just straight into the
Straight
waste
into
mass.
the yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Normally, if you run out of water, so you'll hear it making a buzzing noise because you obviously if you run out of water, you got the water coming out of the tap.
Yeah.
The likelihood you will need to empty this.
Yes.
But if you've emptied that, the likelihood most of it's gone back out
Yeah.
back
Yeah.
out there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Toilet. You did if you had a cement system on your
Yeah,
boat
we
or
did. Yeah.
not. So
Yeah.
we have a cassette,
Yeah.
flush tank.
Yeah.
Normally the pink chemical goes
Yeah.
in there, and you can get these combined ones which does
Yeah.
both, but they don't smell as nice.
Yeah.
Pink chemical in the top. Top it up with water.
Yeah.
Blue chemical in the bottom with around about a litre of water.
Yeah.
To bring the cassette out, just lift that.
Yeah.
It should slide out. If
Yeah.
it's not sliding easily, likely the wastegate is open on the inside.
Yeah. Yeah. I know.
So,
yeah. I understand. Yeah.
Push it in,
Yeah.
go in, make sure it's shut.
Yeah.
It should slide out.
Yeah.
This particular one, it's got a handle
Right.
and wheels obviously to make it easier to transport it to where you need to empty it.
Okay.
Obviously empty it out through
Yeah.
there.
We know about these sort of things.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so
So
okay.
that's okay.
Good. Your flush tank obviously is needs to be drained for winter.
All right. Yeah.
Okay, if you're not using it. This here is a drain. It just sits on that plastic shelf there.
Yeah.
So make sure you're draining that. The best thing to do is flush as much as you can out. It depends on the level, obviously.
Yeah. Yeah.
You can either collect it in another container, reuse it, or obviously into your waste container and get
Yeah.
rid
Yeah.
of it.
Yeah.
The good thing about using your pump to pump the water out is obviously it's cleaning the water out of the pump,
Yeah.
so that's less
Yeah.
likely to freeze.
Yeah.
Just drain the last little bit by just pulling that plug out there.
Right. I'm with it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. So here. Obviously, you're just going to be very careful. You don't put anything heavy
Yeah.
in anything behind the axle. Don't put too much heavy
No,
stuff.
I'm with you. Yeah.
Light bulky stuff is fine.
It's just light stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. So anything heavy at the back can obviously affect the stability of it.
Yeah.
Obviously, you've got your 240 cable there.
Yeah. Yeah.
You've also got a wheel nut wrench, and you've also got the winder handle.
Right,
that
okay.
winds the legs up and down.
Okay.
Okay, make sure these are always shut correctly. If you don't shut, they can obviously warp
Yeah.
if they're not
Yeah.
clicked in
Yeah.
correctly. Okay, wheel nuts. Obviously, this is very important that you check these each trip.
Yeah. I bought a torque wrench
Yeah,
to
that's good.
sit home, but I've got
Yeah,
I've got one.
well, I will check this before you go anyway.
Okay. Okay.
But that's why I've got the torch bar
Yeah.
there.
Yeah. I've heard
It
about
does,
this.
it does tell you on here, look, what your setting should be. So it's 130 newton meters. It does tell you in your handbook as well. Tyre pressure, obviously, that's also very important.
Yeah.
Obviously, making sure your tyre pressures are correct.
Well,
And your wheel nuts.
we are waiting for that to be replaced. We've,
If you upgrade.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's Graham. So he said he'll do it, sort it out.
Yeah, okay. So obviously it also gives you weights and everything else on there
Yeah,
as well.
yeah.
But obviously it's very important that you do check your wheel nuts.
Yeah.
Hello. Right.
They come to
Yeah,
froze on things like
Yeah, we'll get froze on here for them because
I can imagine doggy paws all
Yeah,
everywhere.
yeah.
Obviously, nightmare.
I mean,
Right.
your turtle mats or something usually because they do a week.
Yeah.
Right. So,
When you wait for them,
no.
you'll set
Obviously
up
radio, straightforward radio.
Yeah. All
On
right.
off button there.
Yeah.
So it scrolls through AM, FM as well on the same
Yeah.
button.
Yeah.
Can mute it by just pressing the volume button.
Yeah.
So just up or down. Single play CD.
Yeah.
Jet button there. Searching for your radio
Oh, I
left or
didn't
right.
realise it played CDs as well.
Yeah, it's on CD player as well.
Alright.
And you can eject the front off the actual radio itself there,
That's it.
if you really wanted to.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then you also got a auxiliary point there if you want to plug an MP3 player in.
Okay.
Okay, so we'll just switch that off because it distracts me when I'm trying to talk.
Yeah.
It's not too difficult to get distracted. Right, so first thing first, when we come in, normally you will switch the power on.
Right.
Okay, so this will switch the 12 volt systems on.
Right.
So every time you use it, you need to switch it on.
Right.
You don't need to switch it every time you get in and out.
No.
But start your holiday, press the power button, and the compressor just kicked in just at the wrong time. Right, so that control panel it was just asleep then.
Yeah.
Okay, if I press this power button now,
Yeah.
you can see all the 12 volt systems gone off. Obviously,
Right.
the control panel for
Yeah.
heating is still on.
Yeah.
So you know you've got 240 connected.
Yeah.
If you look at your microwave, obviously there is power there.
Yes.
So this is doing is switching your 12 volt systems on. So
Right.
you just press the power button.
Yeah.
It will show you what your leisure battery is doing because you're showing
Yeah.
you 14 volts at the moment.
Oh, I
That's
see.
going through a charger.
I wondered about that. Yeah. Right.
240 is connected. Leisure battery is connected. Okay, now it's just gone to sleep on that side of it.
Yeah.
You press the view levels. Then you can check your leisure battery.
Yeah.
If you're going to use it without 240, most people don't. But obviously, there's people
Well,
who do
it's-
rally and things like that.
we will be when we go to a show,
Right. Okay. Yeah.
so we'll have to gauge what.
Yeah. Just be very careful on how much power you're using because obviously, if you've got everything like we've got lit up now,
Yeah. Yeah. I know.
obviously it can drain it quite quickly.
Yeah.
It won't last too long. Okay. And also what you've got on here is your water pump. Okay, which I'll show you in a second before we switch that on. Okay, so you're happy with that? You press your power
Yeah.
button.
Yeah.
There's always some kind of 12 volt systems running in anything that's on here.
Yeah.
So even your gas cooker will still need 12 volts to
Right.
light. 'Cause
Right.
It's on electric.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
To do with the what do you call it? The solar panel. That's
Yeah.
right. Is that switched off when the 12 volts off, or I mean?
No, it's totally automatic on that.
Is it?
It will kick in when it needs to.
Right.
Obviously, if you've got 240 connected, it will still be there.
Right.
But the main time you read on the
So-
charger button itself.
So if it's up in your compound over there,
Yeah.
is it charging the battery then? Is that all
Yeah.
right?
Solar
I'm with
panel
it.
will still be doing that.
Right. Okay. That's all.
Okay, obviously, as long as it's decent, depends on it.
I understand that. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
You get a
obviously,
trickle sort of charge or something.
It'll still be trickle charging.
Yeah. Right.
Obviously, unless
Okay.
it's dark.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's your control panel. You happy with that?
Yep.
Yep. Okay, so what we'll do, we'll run through the water system first.
Right.
Right. So just have a look underneath here. Okay, underneath there, or in that corner is your boiler. So that's
Right.
holding your hot water.
Yeah.
Obviously, your water system is coming from your Akrol outside.
Yeah.
You'll see down there. So you can easily just lift that up.
Right.
Oh, it's handy to lift that up anyway. You see that yellow lever down there? You see that?
Yeah.
Okay, that's your drain for your water system. So-
Right.
So
So in that position now, it's all connected up.
so the water's going around the system now.
Right.
Okay, if you lift it up vertically, it will just drop the water outside on the ground outside.
Oh,
Okay?
with it. Right.
So to drain it for winter, obviously you need to lift that up and open all the taps to centre, and that will drain the water out.
And that's the water for the heater, is it?
That's for the hot water and your coming out of your tap.
All right.
Okay.
With you. So both of them are
So-
winterised by doing
so
that.
There's the system that runs round your heating.
Yeah.
That is on a separate circuit. It's not connected to your hot water as such.
No.
If you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So it's a separate fluid
Yeah.
that's running around your van.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But while we're here, I just obviously we've got the consumer unit as well.
Yeah.
240 trips on the right.
Okay.
See them.
Yeah.
Yeah. You've got the info note here to see what they're all connected to. So 240
Yeah. With
trips.
it. Yeah.
Obviously you've got your
And fuses.
12 volt fuses. When you first come into your van, you connect your electric.
Yeah.
Just fire your test button just to make sure it is tripping, obviously safety wise.
Yeah.
Also, you've got heating and hot water on a button.
Right.
So that's your isolating button that puts power to your heating.
Yeah.
Charger. That's a button. So if you've got 240 connected,
Yeah.
that's switched on. It will obviously charge your battery. If you haven't switched it on, obviously it won't charge your battery.
Yeah.
If you haven't got 240 connected, obviously it's not going to make any difference anyway.
No. No.
Okay. If you go on the continent, they tend to wire things slightly different than us. There is a light here, reverse
Yeah.
polarity light. If you connect your electrics, come in, have a look. If it is lit, you need to disconnect your electrics and get an adapter to
All right.
operate off their electrics.
Right.
System shutdown button, top left, which is that one there.
Yeah.
Okay, that one's there. When you're in storage, you're not using it, you can switch all the power off.
Right.
So especially as you've got a motor mover, because obviously you want to keep as much power in that battery as you possibly can.
Yeah.
For when you obviously need your motor mover. So switch your 12 volt systems off via that
Yeah.
when you're in storage. Obviously make sure you switch it back on again when you come to use it, because otherwise you won't.
But
get
even though that's switched off, the solar panel's still operating. Is that what you're saying, or not?
I'm not sure on that one, to be quite honest.
Right.
Just have to ask that question.